G'day interwebs, I'm Bman. I'm a Pokemon trainer and an aspiring Poketuber, and I'm going to talk about the 2019 Pokemon Press Conference. So on May 29 in 2019, the Pokemon Company held a press conference and revealed their future vision for the Pokemon franchise. They revealed a lot of things such as a new Pokemon Center opening in Singapore and a pimped out Chinese version of Pokemon Quest that has PvP and a social system. But what got me really excited was some news I've been waiting for since at least 2016. The Pokemon franchise has been a little divided since Pokemon Go was released in 2016. Until then, the handheld RPGs on the Game Boy and the Nintendo DS system families were considered to be the main series of Pokemon games. Pokemon Red, Blue, Silver, Gold, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Black and White 1 and 2, X and Y, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and most recently the Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon games were considered to be the core of the Pokemon series. Then in 2016, Pokemon Go was released and it became a huge global sensation. Pokemon Go brought a whole bunch of people into the world of Pokemon training that might never have otherwise picked up a virtual Pokeball. For a week or two, maybe longer, my university campus was just students and teachers playing Pokemon Go as far as the eye could see. Almost everyone was playing. The Earth was finally united in peace. So when Pokemon Go was released, the Pokemon Company and Niantic hinted that there might one day be connectivity between Pokemon Go and the main series, but as the years went by I seriously began to doubt that they'd ever actually get around to doing this. Pokemon Go seemed to be a separate entity from the main series. I actually quit in August of 2017, I quit Pokemon Go, to focus on my main series Pokedex, convinced that Pokemon Go would never get around to actually connecting with the Generation 7 games. Then Generation 8 of the main series of Pokemon game was announced for Nintendo Switch, and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee were announced as well, fragmenting the franchise into separate product lines even further. So for the last few years I've been wondering how the different generations of Pokemon and the Pokemon from Pokemon Go might be integrated together. Specifically, I wanted to know if and how my Pokemon from the Game Boy and Nintendo DS family systems would be imported into Generation 8, as well as whether or not it would be possible to import Pokemon from Pokemon Go or Pokemon Let's Go. That's especially important if you want to keep your early evolution shinies for Generation 8 so that you can evolve them there and register them in whatever passes for a Generation 8 Pokedex. At the 2019 Pokemon Press Conference, the Pokemon Company finally revealed their solution for importing Pokemon into the next generation of Pokemon games. The president and CEO of the Pokemon Company, Ishihara, specifically mentioned the wide range of Pokemon trainers in the world, from people who just recently got their introduction to Pokemon, from Pokemon Go or Pokemon Let's Go, to the people who have been playing since the early generations of the main series, decades in some cases, transferring their Pokemon up through the generations as they defeated the various Pokemon leagues and saved the world from the various teams of evildoers. Ishihara correctly said that the Pokemon trainers develop a special sort of bond with the Pokemon they've adventured with, and that the Pokemon Company recognizes a need for a solution for trainers that will help them bring together their Pokemon from across the entire franchise into one place. That solution will be Pokemon Home. So Pokemon Home is going to be an online cloud service available on Nintendo Switch and smartphone devices. Nintendo's billing it as a place where all Pokemon gather. Pokemon Home will allow users to import Pokemon from Pokemon Go, Pokemon Bank on the 3DS, and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. They specifically stated that they're doing their best to preserve the value of the transferred Pokemon, whatever that may mean. All of these transfers are one way, from Pokemon Bank, Pokemon Go, or Pokemon Let's Go into Pokemon Home. But notably, there is two-way transferring to and from Pokemon Sword and Shield, the upcoming Generation 8 titles on Nintendo Switch. Pokemon Home will be available in early 2020, so a few months after the likely release of Sword and Shield. Very little other information was given about Pokemon Home, except that it would let users trade Pokemon with each other, either face-to-face or across the internet, from their mobile phone and most likely from the Nintendo Switch as well. So it will be sort of like carrying around your entire Pokemon collection on your smart device. I think this means a few important things for the Pokemon franchise, and I've been waiting a long time to see where they were going to go with trading into Generation 8. If all Pokemon from Go, Let's Go, and Pokemon Bank can be traded into Pokemon Home and then into Sword and Shield, then this gives a new legitimacy to Pokemon Go when viewed alongside the main series. A Pokemon caught in Pokemon Go is now just as valid in the main series as a Pokemon caught in, say, Pokemon Diamond. This will probably have a big effect on the number of trainers with large shiny Pokemon collections in Sword and Shield as compared to previous generations. For example, on Pokemon Go Community Days, shiny Pokemon are much more common than they are usually in the core series. The same applies to shiny hunting in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I caught a few shinies just making my way to the Elite Four in Let's Go Pikachu, so I assume they're more common than they were in previous main series entries, and that the chaining method can make them even more common. So, with Pokemon Home interconnecting all of these games, Pokemon from Pokemon Go, Let's Go, and the core series all seem to be on equal standing in the future of the franchise. At the same time, with the two-way transfers from Sword and Shield to Pokemon Home and then back to Sword and Shield again, the Pokemon Company seems to be firmly establishing that Sword and Shield are the proper, serious entries into the main franchise. The other games just trade directly into Pokemon Home, but Sword and Shield are the games where you might want to trade Pokemon in as well as out. Hardcore fans wanted Sword and Shield to feel like true continuations of the main series game, and this little feature makes it seem like the Pokemon Company is listening and handling the treatment of Sword and Shield correctly as main series titles. That's most of the information they gave on Pokemon Home. I don't know if it will be a basic storage system like Pokemon Box, something with a bit more flavour like a HD version of My Pokemon Ranch, or something completely different. Only time will tell. That wasn't all the Pokemon Company had up its sleeve though. They also announced a few other upcoming Pokemon projects. Another announced product is Pokemon Sleep. This will be a new game that tracks the time you spend sleeping and uses the data to affect the gameplay. During the press conference, it was stated that the amount of time you spend sleeping and the time you go to sleep will both be used to affect the way the game plays. Pokemon Sleep is being developed by Select Button, who made Magikarp Jump. Another upcoming Pokemon project from the Pokemon Company, working with Nintendo and Niantic, is the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. This device seems to be intended to work hand in hand with both Pokemon Go and Pokemon Sleep. Pokemon Go Plus Plus will work as a standard Pokemon Go Plus, allowing you to track Pokestops and Pokemon spawns from Pokemon Go via Bluetooth without having to open your smartphone. But Pokemon Go Plus Plus also tracks your sleep. Apparently, at night you put it on your bed and it tracks your sleep information using an accelerometer. This data is then sent to your smartphone via Bluetooth. So, what's the purpose of this? Nintendo and the Pokemon Company want to gamify sleeping and transform it into a form of entertainment, as well as rewarding good sleep habits and healthy lifestyles in their players in much the same way that Pokemon Go currently rewards exercise. It's another great example of how mobile technology can be used to improve health and quality of life. During the press conference, John Hank, John Hanke, the CEO of Niantic, also announced the current Snorlax event in Pokemon Go. Until June 3rd, 2019, there are Snorlax spawning throughout Pokemon Go, presumably to celebrate the announcement of Pokemon Sleep and the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. These Snorlaxes are all snoozing, and wild Snorlaxes can be photographed in this special sleeping state for the duration of the event. So get out there and catch yourself some Snorlaxes, either on camera or in your Pokeballs. Okay, the other two things that were mentioned that I found interesting. An upcoming mobile game called Pokemon Masters. This looks a bit different from previous Pokemon games. It supposedly features different famous trainers from across the history and all the storylines of Pokemon. So you've got Red, Brock, Misty, Cynthia all featured in the art and in the trailers. I have no idea what this game will be like. It could be a decent bit of fun with some cool Pokemon story stuff, or it could be a heartless cash grab full of microtransactions that will suck my wallet dry with weekly events and exclusive one day only offers that I can't resist. Only time will tell. The other interesting product they mentioned was a sequel to the Detective Pikachu game. The original was on the Nintendo 3DS and the sequel will be on Nintendo Switch. They specifically mentioned during the press conference that the story will play out differently from the recent Pokemon Detective Pikachu movie, so the original and sequel might be worth a look for true Pokemon completionists. Okay, so that was my video on the Pokemon 2019 press conference. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Feel free to like, comment, share, whatever you want. My Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, and other social accounts are down in the didgeridoo below the video. Keep playing Pokemon trainers, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.